Alrighty, gentlemen. So, a certain Boston College transfer who has gone over to Florida State, kind of shooting his mouth off some. Yeah, I mean, you made some big play a week one like your friend Tarkenton on the ACC network. But I don't think that's going to end well. So we see Thomas Castellanos calling out Alabama saying they don't have Nick Saban to save them. Gentlemen, what do you think about that?
I mean, it's bold words, man. I mean, especially considering, you're at a team that won 2 games last year, and his previous school that he was at, Boston College, was not good. Best season, they went 6-7. So, I just don't necessarily think I would be spouting those massive words at Alabama, considering, we're coming in a week one to play them. I know it's going to be at their place. I get that. But I don't know. To me, I think that, those type words, would be maybe better left said if you beat Alabama. Like they don't have that Saban to save them anymore. That's why we were able to beat them. Instead of saying it now, because that just adds a lot of fuel to the fire. It adds a lot of fuel. And if that don't motivate us to destroy them in the fall, then I don't know what will.
And here again, these kids trying to generate clicks and controversy and that kind of stuff, and obviously it'll be locker room talk, but it's just, I don't know, take it with a grain of salt. I mean, it's just somebody trying to generate clicks and interest, and maybe up that profile, that kind of stuff, but not smart, dumb. Just, when it backfires, you have no credibility. You're gone. You're done. You can shut it all down. It's all over. So you want to, talk it right now. That's great. But in the end, we'll see.
Oh, yeah. Because, I think Florida State needs to focus on not throwing their hissy fits about the ACC and focusing on not raging on Kirk Herbstreit before they can focus on beating Bama first.
They got to focus on just having a decent year this year. Mike Norvell's toast.
And don't brag about beating Cal, because it's like...
And Norvell needs to get his players under control, and we don't need this kind of stuff. And you're new, you're fresh, and you want to come in and create garbage and stuff like that. I mean, come on, it's only June. Come on. You have no credibility.
Yeah, it'd be a little different, like if he had been there for 3 or 4 years as starting quarterback, and he's got a 2-1 record against Bama or something. It's no, he's a new quarterback transferring in from Boston College, right? Like he's new to the university, and they're coming off a 2-10 season. I mean, you cannot get any worse than that.
I know. Now, if I'm a head coach, surely you bring them in and sit them in the team room and you say, hey, social media, you do this kind of crap. You're coming to see me, and we're not going to have this, and we're going to stir up controversy and all that kind of stuff. And it kind of makes you question, as an old coach like me, I question, head coach, do you have control, of the asylum? Do you have control of what's going on out there? Not a great way to introduce yourself. Well, he may think it's a great way, but great way. I'm getting clicks, but we'll see.
It'll only turn out good for him if they beat Alabama. That's the only way. If they lose, especially if they get beat 49-0, you'll see the memes. Oh, Saban's not there to save him. 49-0. It'll be all over the social media.
Jack, is he projected to be the starting quarterback?
Yes, he's got to be the starting quarterback for Florida State. Dude led Boston College to victory against Florida State on Labor Day. That's starter material right there. But don't shoot your mouth off on Bama. It never ends well, because we taught that young man at Bandy, he was shooting his mouth off after beating Kansas State less in 2017. Shut him out. We shut him out. He's like, you're coming to our house. You're coming to our house. Yeah, okay.
Kids, I bet coach got to have control and say, look, we're not posting this kind of crap. we're in summer. Now we're in summer. We're just running sprints, and we're pumping iron and all this other kind of stuff. We're not creating controversy and all that kind of stuff. Get you a little social media stuff, get it in check. So we'll see.
I mean, like I do like Castellanos personally. I'm just not gonna like him on week 1.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pretty decent player. I mean, I always gave him credit for, with BC having such a bad O-line, he played pretty well. You know, he was able to stand in there and take the hits and you know, actually churn out somewhat of a decent product at BC. But I mean, it's not going to generate you a lot of con thoughts his way. You know, there's not going to be a lot of good discourse in his direction for what he just
Credibility.
said. I mean, 98% of America is going to side with Alabama on this one. Like I said, the only way it turns out good for him is if they beat Bama in week 1, which is highly unlikely. I mean, really, I don't know on what planet it makes sense for him to say it. I don't.
What was BC's record last year? Remind me.
Well, they were 7-6, I believe.
7-6. I said 6-7. They won the bowl game, but I don't care about the bowl game.
Well, they lost to Nebraska at Yankee Stadium, actually.
So they're 6-7. They won 6-7, right?
7-6.
So they won 7-5 in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot. I thought they went 6-6 and lost. Yeah, I remember they lost the bowl game. I thought I was right, but 7-6. I don't care though. They're not good.
No,
well, they lost.
They played nobody last year, man.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they did lose to No, they lost to Virginia. That was weird though. Like they beat Florida State. They lost a tight one to Missouri. They lost to Virginia. I mean, that's a head scratcher right there. They lost to Virginia Tech on Thursday night, which, I mean, it's pretty much death, taxes, and losing to Virginia Tech at Lane Stadium on Thursday night. And they lost to Louisville in a tight fashion. Lost to SMU in the regular season rematch of the 2023 Fenway Bowl.
I hadn't thought about Boston College since Doug Flutie played. I mean, that's how far off the map.
Matt Ryan was like literally the only other thing.
I know.
Matt Ryan, right? He was something. But yeah, Flutie and the Hail Mary and all that.
I
that was in the
like,
80s. So
like when I'm thinking like great moments of Boston College, I'm thinking about like Matt Ryan having his game-winning touchdown passes against Virginia Tech, Clemson in 2007, and you know that one moment from Castellanos in 2023. And, you know, Bill O'Brien, I mean, he's going to do fine over at Boston College. But, like, Halfley leaving for the Packers, I mean, that's another topic for another day. But, like, Florida State, they're just kind of like, you know, if we can't beat them, we're going to poach them. I mean, I think that's going to be a good strategy, but it's just not going to be a good day for Florida State.
My thing is like, as much money supposedly as Florida State you would think would have. I mean, Castellanos was nowhere near the best quarterback in the portal, not even close. And they desperately needed a complete overhaul. And yeah, they got some all right players, but nothing to me really just strikes off the page that they're going to be a vastly improved team. I mean, the ACC is weak, so they could not even be that improved and go 7-6. Florida State, I'm talking about. Look at BC. That's what I'm saying. Like 6-7, 7-6. It doesn't matter. That's not very good in the ACC. The ACC is a weak league. It's a very weak conference. SMU went 11-2. Oh, SMU went 11-2. You saw what happened to them.
Yeah.
So the thing is the ACC is not strong. It's just not a great league right now. They don't have any quality teams hardly at all. I mean, not Bill O'Brien, Bill Belichick could go 9-3 at UNC, and the team could still be mid. I mean, it's just the way that it is. I could see Florida State having a winning record, but they have no business keeping it close against Bama. The only way Bama loses is if we play like we did last year against Oklahoma. That's it.
Yeah,
that's the only way we don't win.
Exactly.
I don't think that. I would not predict that in the first game, and only other. Maybe problematic or if somebody gets injured, but first game everybody's gonna be fired up it's a big game. So I think it'll be very telling about Alabama and Florida State where they are.
Absolutely.
I want to see if Frank Reich and Stanford are going to make life terrible for Florida State on October 18th. I mean, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it'll be of our lifetime, Frank Reich leading his team into something.
The thing with Frank Reich is he's getting terrible jobs, man. I mean, he got the Panthers job, and it's like the Panthers are they're a tough place to win at right now because for one thing, we live in an age where you need to be given time to win, and he was given 1 year and he didn't win anything, so they got rid of him. It's like, what are you going to be able to do in that span with a bad team? Now he gets the Stanford job, and it's like Stanford stinks. So the problem is that it's going to be very hard for him to turn them into anything because the days of Harbaugh and David Shaw are over. I mean, it's gone. They don't have quality players coming into their program anymore. They're an academic school. They don't have They don't even have fans in their stadium. They don't get good players. Anybody that's really really talented on the field, even if they commit to Stanford at first, they end up leaving to go play at a football school, even if they're good academically. There's really no perk to go to Stanford unless you know for a fact that, hey, I'm going to be a CEO or something. It's just not a good place to play in this NIL era. It's terrible if you're a good player.
We always used to say Stanford and Georgia Tech about on the same track. I mean, they'll throw because they're good universities. They'll throw some good players and good, whatever, that kind of stuff. But historically, they're kind of like, we always used to throw them in the same boat.
Just right now, Georgia Tech's decent and Stanford is abysmal right now.
Man, I feel like Brent Keys got things. He's going to get things rocking and rolling for Georgia Tech, but it's a good thing for Florida State that Georgia Tech's not on that schedule this year. But Clemson, that's going to be a nightmare for them. Virginia Tech, it's a good thing Virginia Tech's not a Thursday night road game for Florida State, but. I don't know, like Florida State. I want to say 8-4, 9-3 for now. It's like
I'm trying to remember what I even predicted with Will. You remember, Jackson? You remember that? When I did my predictions with
I should have gone back to watch it. My bad.
I think I said 7-5. I think. I think that's what I said for Florida State, but I can't remember. I didn't go below 6-6. I don't think I said 6-6. I think I said 7-5, but I can't remember.
We're on wait and see mode with Florida State. I mean, if they're going 6-6, I mean,
7-5 is what I'm interested in. If they go 7-5, is that enough for Norvell? Is it enough? Because that to me is borderline.
Oh, that'll get you like a vote of confidence.
Yeah, it's borderline. Like I could see it going that route, or I could still see them getting rid of them. Depends on how they go 7-5. It's kind of like Bama last year going 9-3, but it's the way we went 9-3. Like if there's a couple games where Florida State just gets blown out, like if they're competitive against Bama, and then they go 7-5, or competitive in a couple other big games, then he'll stay. But if there's like 3 blowouts in that list, then Mike Norvell's toast. I'm laughing at the comments here about Bama not having a 500 season, Jackson. I mean, I would highly doubt that, man. I'm not. I mean, like, I would highly doubt that. That's all I'm gonna say. That's like a 0.01% chance that would happen. It's not happening.
Oh yeah.